for joining me for 5 minutes of tips and tricks with Canva. I'm Jamie Saylor, and I'm part of the KEDC grants team. Now, we're going to be looking at a couple of things today that may change or may help you save a little bit of time. What it's called is bulk create, and you may or may not have heard of that before. But one way that you can use this is if you are creating a document and maybe it needs to have different individual names or maybe subjects, just different things that would all go on the same design. For example, like a certificate. So that's the example that I will use. So when you're in Canva, of course, there are tons of templates that you can choose from. Of course, it's always an option for you to create your own, but for the sake of time, we'll just use a template. So let's search for a certificate design that we like. We're going to look at templates. And let's just say, and let's just hit enter and see what we get as results. Let's say we're going to use this one. We will customize. And you'll see here that this already has a space for a student's name. But as you know, if you were in a class, you may have 20 or 25 students that you need to make this exact same certificate for. So let's delete this out. And what you'll do is that you probably already have this somewhere, or it would be something that you could easily download from a program like Infinite Campus if you were doing students. It could be anything that you would have your list of students or whatever you might be importing into a Excel spreadsheet or maybe a Google sheet. So for this example, I do have a Google sheet, and let's just take a look at how that looks. So let me pull that up. So here's my Google sheet, and you can see it has my students' names, and we'll just say that I'm the teacher, so I've got my name typed in every single one of these cells. So I'm going to download, since this is a Google sheet. Now, you may already have this as an Excel file on your computer, but you could export that same file as a CSV file. A CSV file is what we're going to use to import into Canva. So for Google Sheets, since that's what a lot of us use, you would go to File, and then you would go to Download, and then you would choose the CSV option. So the .csv, it stands for comma separated values. So you'll click there, and you'll see the download. So let's go back to our Canva document, which is this certificate. And we know that we want to put our student's name right here in this box. Now, this is where we have to pull in kind of an application part of Canva. So if you don't see Bulk Create here on your screen, you can go to Apps. And then if you don't immediately see it in one of these options, it's right here. But you could also come up here and search. It's called Bulk Create. And there's no fancy icon that goes with that. It's just this little box right here. So let's go to Bulk Create. And here's where we're going to upload our CSV file that we just downloaded from Google Sheets. Upload CSV. And then we're going to import that file in. So we'll click on it and do Open. And you can see here is my data. I have my column that had student name and my column that had teacher name. We're going to click in this box. And you're going to look for these three little dots. And you're going to go to Connect Data. And this is where we're going to have our student name. So we'll click Student Name. And you can see this really doesn't fit. So we're going to go ahead and make this box just a little bit bigger in case some of our students have some longer names. You see student name, so we know that's that field. In here, we could have a signature, of course, if we had one already saved on our computer. But here we'll have the teacher's name typed in. So we'll do the same thing, Connect Data. Right-click Connect Data. And here's where we want the teacher name. Okay, so we have our fields in, student name, teacher name, and it's going to pull from this data. We'll click Continue. And here's where we can decide if we want to do all of our students or just some of our students. For this, I will do all of the students. And then we'll click Generate the 20 pages. And then here you can see it has made a certificate for every student that was in that spreadsheet. We didn't have to manually create each of those. I hope this is a little tip that will help you save some time later on. Other examples that you could use this may be for maybe like little desk placards or business cards, just anything where you need the same design but for multiple people or multiple whatever sets of data that you have. I hope this helps.